welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be playing week 3 of Stardew Valley. It is the first day of salmonberry season, so I am going and running around everywhere that I can find them, just because they are a very good snack to have, but also to be able to at least just sell one so that I can work my way slowly towards perfection. I then went back to the community center so that I could deposit some of these crops that I have been finding, kind of just the forageables, you know. And when I was back in town, I stumbled across Elliot yet again so that I could give him the algae that he wanted so that I could get a ticket. And then I went back to the community center so that I could deposit one more of those forageables so that I could finish that little piece and get our prize, and also open up a couple more rooms inside the community center. And at the end of the day, I ended up spending a good amount of time in the mines, and I ended the day with only about $281, so nothing crazy, but a little bit. I started out the day with some mail, and of course it's Pierre just trying to sell me as many products as he can. I picked a few more parsnips, and I really quickly went over to Pierre's to buy a couple more, and I got the Joja cutscene. I then ran over to Clint's to get my pickaxe. Went back to the community center to deposit some of these crops. And at the end of the night, I decided to go find a couple more salmon berries, and remembered that there is a little place down here by the bus stop that I can get into. I really thought last time that I did this, which was years ago, probably about 7 years ago at this point, that there was a little secret something in this tunnel, but I didn't find anything this time, so maybe I'm just remembering wrong. and I ended the day by making $589. Day 17, I picked some crops, went to the Help Wanted bulletin, and started my day off in the mines. And that is it for day 17. I got level 3 farming, and I got the option to either be a forester or a gatherer. And I did end up picking to be a gatherer, and we ended up making 1,090. Day 18, I ended up having a lot of parsnips and carrots and potatoes ready for harvest. Of course, I had to stop by Pierre's. And the community center. And I ended up meeting Clint so that I could give him those ores. And at the end of the day, we ended up making 2367. That is, I think, the most I have made so far. So we started day 19 with some mail from Jody. It was a request for cauliflower. Unfortunately, as you'll be able to see later, I got this request a little late and I wasn't able to actually get the cauliflower, so we're gonna have to wait until next season. But I dropped by Robin's and I made a request to build a coop so that I can start getting some chickens, some ducks, some rabbits later on, and get a really good profit from that as well. And of course, when there's collecting crops, there's always buying more seeds and planting those seeds as well. I ended the day in the mines per usual, and I got some really good stuff. And day 19, we made $677. On day 20, we're finally hearing from the Hat Mouse, so we can go buy some cute hats later on. And we are also getting $500 from Dad again. My next stop was the museum so that we could donate this amethyst. Per usual, we ended the day in the mines. We got level 2 combat and we ended up making $706. On day 21, we ended up having a really good strawberry harvest. I stopped by the museum again. And I upgraded my hoe to a copper hoe. Sam wanted a daffodil, so I found him walking around and gave that to him. I stopped by the community center and deposited some copper and ended the day, per usual, in the mines. And at the end of day 21, we got level 4 farming and we made a good profit. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you again next time. Bye.